Everyone, I'm now going to demonstrate how to do some basic mapping using Google Fusion Tables. And the first thing you're going to need to do is install Google Fusion Tables on your computer, install the Drive app. Do that, Google Fusion Tables, first thing that comes up, About Fusion Tables, get the Drive app. Now this will integrate with your other Google Drive functions, the Google Drive that Miami gives you. And then after you get the Drive app, you are ready to create a Fusion table. And the first thing it asks you to do is upload your data. So before we get to this, I'm going to go back a step. The data that we're working with on the first example on our worksheet today is the class survey data. And in the first question, I ask you to make a pin map. So to make a map where the computer puts a pin in the location of everybody, of every row, basically. A pin map works well when there's a reasonably small number of places or of rows. It doesn't work so great, and actually I believe Google Fusion will only handle a limited number of rows. And it doesn't work great if you have a spreadsheet with thousands of rows and are trying to map something. If it's a larger data set, what you will probably wind up doing is doing a pivot table and getting values for different geographic locations, and then coloring those locations different colors. And that's called an intensity map. A third kind of map that Google Maps does pretty easily is a heat map, and I think we'll demonstrate all of those. Okay, so here is our class list, and the first question I pose to everybody is to make a map that gives the home state where everybody's from. And I'm going to simplify things significantly by only uploading the data that I'm actually going to be using here. So I'm just deleting this stuff because, whoops, I know we do not need it. And the question that we're at, so where is everybody's home city? And the other reason to get rid of some of this other stuff is Google automatically codes things, and it's just better if it is simple. So I'm just going to get rid of all this. Your hometown, your city, your home state, Pennsylvania. All right, very good. And there are, the Google Fusion will geocode information from 2 columns. But I am going to make it 1 column just to make it even simpler. So I'm just going to combine. And the reason this is necessary is because who knows how many Oxfords there are in the United States. There's an Oxford in Mississippi, for example, and the machine is like, if you need city and state to. Let me fix that just a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to load this up. I'll save it as class survey for map. All right. When you start a Fusion table, first thing it does is ask you to import your data. Choose File. And here's the little trimmed data set that we're going to map here. Next. Next. Finish. Oh, I deleted that. Oh, no, here it is. City, state. All right. So let's do some mapping. Map of what is your hometown. Oh, well, let's see how it does with this. So this is the map Google automatically generated. Well, not so good, Google. Look, there's somebody in Australia, and we don't have any class members in Australia. And I don't know, you can't really speak to the individual. Well, I probably could. I think if you mouse over it, you can see what it is, but, well, I am zooming in to investigate a loser here, because we know for a fact that there are no class members in Australia. So let's try to map this thing right. Location. Now that is the category that I created with city and state. So let's try that. This is what you like to see, by the way, this 0% ambiguous. And hopefully this should be the more accurate map. Now, well, it's not getting any. Well, you can do things like, whoops. Now there's more you can do here. You can change the mouse over effect so that, here, it's called the info window. And in the info window, let's just have the first name, huh? Well, I'm not getting it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that was my demonstration of putting pins on a map. Check out the next video to see how to make intensity and heat maps using Google Fusion tables.